Morning to one and all. In this class, we are going to see the ugly domains. In last class, we have seen the nice domains. In this class, we will see the ugly domains. Ugly domains is nothing but don't analyze that. So ugly domains, it won't look beautiful. It's ugly. It's not like that. Whenever in any domain, if there is any involvement of the programmers or the testers, then those domains will be considered as ugly domains. Nothing but the simplifications. If any simplifications is done by either the programmer or the tester on any domain, then those domains will be considered as the ugly domains. In last class, we've seen the nice domains. Nice domains is nothing but each and every domain has some properties. If any domain has satisfied those properties, then it will be considered as a nice domains. Ugly domains are nothing but if there is any simplifications made by the programmer or by the tester, then those domains will be considered as ugly domains. If there is any, for suppose if we take any block of statements, one block of statements, that block of statement is not designed or modeled by the specifications, then either the programmer or the tester will do some simplifications in that particular domain. Then that domain is considered as a ugly domain. The ugly domains, nothing but the ugliness will result in the bad specifications, and those bad specifications can be simplified by the program. Right? So some of the ugly domains are ambiguities and contradictions, simplification of topology, simplification of boundary closures. First one is ambiguities and contradictions. Ambiguity, domain ambiguity, domain contradiction. So domain ambiguity is nothing but ambiguity. It's a confusion. For suppose if a variable is used in a particular block of statement, if we see that variable is not declared, it means we are using the variable which is not declared. It is an issue. It's a confusion. It shows the error that variable is not declared. Then the programmer has to simplify that particular ambiguity. Nothing but he has to declare that variable. Here the involvement of programmer is taking place in declaring the variable. Domain ambiguities is nothing but holes in the input space. The holes may lie within the domains or in cracks between domains. Within a domain or in between the domains. Types of contradictions may be raised. Nothing but are possible. One is overlapped domain specifications, overlapped closure specifications. If you see here in the in this particular figure, so I am representing the holes here. So they were related with the variables. It's an input space. Input is nothing but it's a variable. The hole is raised because of the improper specification of the variable. That's why here some hole is raised related with the input space. It's an ambiguity. Contradictions. Issues with the domains, some overlapped domains. One area of boundary is overlapped with another domain boundary. See here, this is a overlapped domain boundary. Here this is one domain and this is another domain. In this domain is overlapping with this particular domain. It's an overlapped domain. This area will relate to both the domains. And this is the missing boundary. For this particular domain boundary, one side is designed, nothing but I have defined the boundary area, nothing but say it is a starting point. But here for the domain A, B, the ending is not defined. For suppose 1 to 10. 1 to 10 means starts from 1, ends with 10. If I relate this with the domain area will starts from 1 and ends with 10. Here for this A, say it is a 1 and this is 10. Both sides are closed. It has a proper domain area in between 1 to 10. 1 to infinity, say for suppose 1 to dash. The dash means it won't specify the area, domain boundary area. Starting is defining as 1, but ending is not defining. So I don't know the boundary where it ends. There is a missing domain boundary. Missing boundary, contradiction. Where so and so boundary will ends. Next is simplifying the topology. Simplifying the topology. So in simplifying the topology, we have 3 categories: concavities, filling up the holes, connecting disconnected pieces. First one is concavities. Smoothing out concavity. Smoothing out concavities. See, for suppose if you see here, say this is a domain. This is a domain area which is not specified clearly. The boundaries are not properly designed. The domain area is not properly designed. To simplify it, so I am making it convex. For suppose మన తెలుగు భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే, మనం జనరలైజ్డ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చెప్పాలంటే, స్మూతింగ్ అవుట్ కాన్కేవిటీస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏదైనా ఒక పాత్ర, గిన్నె లేదా డబ్బా ఏదైనా తీసుకోండి, నొక్కు పడింది అనుకోండి, గుండ్రంగా ఒక షేప్లో ఉండేదానికి ఏదైనా ఒక నొక్కు పడింది అనుకో, ఆ నొక్కు వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, అది ప్రాపర్ షేప్లో ఉండదు. ఆ ఇంప్రాపర్ షేప్లో ఉన్నదాన్ని వీ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ ఇన్ టు షేప్. ఫర్ దట్ మనం ఏదైనా తీసుకొని దాన్ని కుట్టి సరి చేయడం ఏదో ఒకటి చేస్తుంటాం. సో మైల్డింగ్ అవుట్ కాన్కేవిటీస్ అని, స్మూతింగ్ అవుట్ ది కాన్కేవిటీస్. ఇంప్రాపర్లో ఉన్నది, ఇంప్రాపర్ డొమైన్ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో ఆ ఇంప్రాపర్ డొమైన్ వీఆర్ మేకింగ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ టు ప్రాపర్ డొమైన్ ఏరియా. Simplifying, it's a simplification. We are simplifying the domain areas. Second one is holes. In last class we have seen the last one is ambiguity is rising because of the input space. It's a hole. Whenever any hole is happened, nothing but occurred, I have to simplify that one. Nothing but filling up the holes. Undeclared variable is there, so I am declaring the variable. So I am simplifying. I am removing the error which is a undeclared variable. And third one is connecting the disconnected pieces. If there is any two disconnected domains is there, so I will make it to connected, and that too if it is needed. Joining the disconnected pieces, connecting disconnected pieces. Those two domains will relate, but because of the programmer's mistake, the domains is disconnected. If that is the case, I have to simplify that by connecting these two disconnected pieces. And third one is closure consistency, or simplifying the boundary closures. Simplifying the boundary closures. If there is any error related with the domain areas, so domain boundaries are not specified properly, then that will be simplified. That will be simplified. So that will be considered as a simplifying the boundary closures. For example, so in previously I told that. So 1, 2, I'm not specifying anything. There is an issue with the boundary closure. For that, I will make it as 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, 1 to 15, 1 to 20, 1 to 30, 1 to 50. I am specifying the boundary area, nothing but from 1 to so and so. From 1 to 10, it's a boundary area. If any boundary closures is raised, then I am simplifying those boundary closures. These are about the ugly domains, ambiguities and contradictions, simplifying the topology, and forcing or closure consistency or simplifying the boundary closures. I hope you understand the ugly domains. In next class, we'll come up with some another interesting topic. Here, I'm signing off. Thank you, and we will meet in next class or in next session.